15 years, blowing the doors off the competition, podcasting to planet Earth. PNRNetworks.com.
Now entering the PNR Networks arena, coming down the aisle from Revere, Massachusetts, weighing in at absolutely none of your business. It's the Mistress of Mayhem, the Queen of Quips. It's time for Ring Around The Rosie with your hostess, Kim Brown.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Ring Around the Rosie. I am your hostess, Kim Brown, coming to you on the 21st of May 2020. Starting things off, I usually try and, do a fun, exciting show for you guys because it's really important to me to get some good work out there for you. But I have to start things off with something very sad and very somber. We had to say goodbye to a member of the wrestling fraternity this week through just an accident and some very bad luck. Shad Gaspard lost his life. He was 39 years old, and he was out at a beach in California, out in Marina del Rey, which is like Venice Beach, California, that area. And he was out there with his son. I believe his name is pronounced Arye. If that's wrong, I do apologize. He was out there playing with his son, and other people were in the water, and everybody was having a good day. People are able to go outside in certain places, with the whole lockdown thing being lifted. But if you're still in danger and stuff, you should definitely stay in. But he was out with his son. There were other people out there, and something went wrong. That's the ocean is a very dangerous place. It's a beautiful place and it's an amazing place, but it can be very unpredictable and dangerous. And Shad and his son and some other swimmers had to deal with what's called a rip current. And that can really mess people up because people get, unexpectedly sucked under, and then they're trying to get back up and stuff like that. And his son was rescued. Shad himself wound up, they couldn't find him. And, they were worried that he'd been, sucked underwater. The Coast Guard was called in. You had other people looking for him, and they were looking around a very, wide area, but, in measurement-wise, it was 70 square nautical miles, and that's pretty far. But they didn't find him, and they had to call the search off. His body was found on the 20th of May, and this whole situation just really sucks. He was only 39 years old. He had as I mentioned, he had a young son. And my sympathies go out to his wife and child and his family and the people that knew him on a personal level, and all of his fans as well. His last words were that for someone to save his son. He was thinking about his son more than his own life, and that's what a father does. That's what a father does. Shad was part of the team called Crime Time in the WWE along with JTG. And, he was in the WWE for a little bit of time and left the organization, came back between 2008 and 2010. After that, he was kind of going, went all over the place, went to Japan, came back, worked the indies. He was also, did some stage work. He was in a play called Pugilist, which is about the very first African-American man who won the World Heavyweight Boxing Championship, a man named Jack Johnson. And he'd done some other acting as well. He was in Think Like a Man 2, another movie called Get Hard. That was the movie with Will Ferrell and Chris Rock, and did some other work as well, and was also did some stunt work in Birds of Prey, and appeared on television in shows like The Game. He appeared on Big Time Rush, did some episodes of Key and Peele, and was in the last Sharknado movie, ironically enough, called The Last Sharknado, It's About Time, where he played Muhammad Ali. Time travel. Gotta love it. This whole situation is so incredibly sad, and like I said, I feel very sorry for his family and friends, and my heart bleeds for him, and it bleeds for his family. And a lot of people have said he died a hero, and that's true. That's definitely true. I think more than anything, I think he would want to be known as he died as a dad. He died as a dad, asking them to save his son first. And at the end of it all, at the end of his time on this plane of existence, I think being able to say that someone was a good dad is one of the highest compliments you can pay to somebody, Because, you can look at someone and be like, well, they were really rich, or they were really powerful, or, this, that, the other thing, material stuff, blah, blah. But if you can look at a person and be like, they were a good parent, that's one of the most amazing things you can be. So to Shad, to your energy, wherever it is in the universe, Godspeed to you, and God bless your family, and God protect your family, and look out for them. On to a subject that's still, surprisingly enough, whoever said that time eventually dulls the pain of things that hurt you didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. Because I know a lot of you folks out there watched Viceland this past Tuesday for the season 2 finale of Dark Side of the Ring, which focused on the tragically unnecessary, I guess is the word I want, death of Owen Hart in 1999, when Owen died during the Over the Edge pay-per-view when a botched stunt went wrong and Owen wound up dying in a fall. I knew that this was going to be tough to watch, but wow, it's so amazing how those feelings all come rushing back to you in such an enormous, just wave of feeling. It's just, I just sat there and cried through the whole show, pretty much. And Martha Hart is an amazing woman. That's really all I can say. Owen's widow, Martha, is an amazing person. And I've told this story before, but I thought it was a good story to tell again. Owen Hart was one of those people I really hated as a wrestler. Which was his job when he was being a heel. My husband was a big fan, I think partially to irritate me, because I was an enormous Bret Hart fan, so we had that little rivalry and snipe fest going. But we had gone to a show at the Cape Cod Melody Tent in Massachusetts, long time ago. And one of the matches on the card was a match with Owen going against Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And this is when Hunter was still doing the Greenwich Snob gimmick. So this was, a kind of a rare thing, heel versus heel match, but it was a house show, so, things are what they are. And the crazy thing was, when Owen was introduced, the fans cheered him like crazy. They cheered him like he was Bret Hart because people couldn't stand Hunter Hearst Helmsley. So they were like, well, we have to cheer for somebody, so we'll cheer for Owen. And Owen kind of looked out at the crowd and had this look on his face like, oh, okay, I'm the good guy. Yay! And he spent the rest of the match being a face wrestler again. He was, he was playing to the crowd and having so much fun and this big smile on his face. And that's my Owen Hart memory. That's my little thing that I keep tucked away in my heart. That when I think of Owen, which I do, weirdly enough, that's my little, I guess that's my little happy memory, that's my little Patronus memory, I guess, for, a happy memory to summon your Patronus, I suppose. I'd be terrified to think of what my Patronus would be. Probably Godzilla. But it's so weird because it still hurts. Oh man, it still hurts so fucking bad. And that's just me as a fan. I mean, I'm fucking nobody. I can't even imagine what it's like for Owen's widow and for his children and his family, what they must go through every single day. Like I said, Owen's widow, Martha, is one of the strongest people I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I wish I had half of her spine. She's, her spine's got to be made out of adamantium, for crying out loud. I hope Dark Side of the Ring comes back for another season. I can't see how it wouldn't since it's got some of the highest ratings on Viceland. And I also hope when it does come back, if it comes back, I hope they keep Chris Jericho as a narrator because Chris did a bang-up job. I give Chris a lot of garbage right now because I'm supposed to because he's a heel and that's, you're supposed to, sass the heels and stuff like that. And if I'm nothing else, I'm sassy. But I thought he did a great job as a narrator, and I hope they bring it back because there's a lot of other interesting stories out there in wrestling. I mean, hopefully not all of them are as tragic as, it's obviously the dark side of the ring, so it's not going to be funny stories, but it's, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the curtain that, some people know about some of it and some people don't. Things are what they are, but I just really wanted to talk about that and get that out there. And I know that, actually saying the fact that I actually do like Owen, I do respect Owen, and I do miss Owen very, very much. I know wherever he is right now, he is laughing his head off and going, I knew you liked me. You cheeky little Yankee there, you. I knew you liked me. So there's that as what it is. Okay, so let's talk about some AEW stuff. And this AEW show this week was the go home show for the Dynamite show was the go home show for Double or Nothing, which is this coming Saturday. I love the Saturday pay-per-views because, you can stay up late and watch them and stuff like that and not have to worry about getting up for work the next day, when they're on a Sunday night, so I think it's fun. There's a few things from Dynamite, and this is all just really random stuff because that's kind of what I do. At least I admit it. I might be random, but at least I'm honest about it. I think that should count for something. The interview that Jon Moxley gave where he was talking with the gentleman and talking about how, I'm paraphrasing, but how everything eventually ends up in violence. Boy, John, your love life must be fascinating. And that's all I'm going to say on that. That's just, wow. Okay. Like I said, I'm just kind of bouncing around with the notes that I took. Kip Sabian, who came out to observe and do a lifeguard imitation, during the, Orange Cassidy Phoenix match where he had the ladder up there and he was sitting on it and, watching what was going on. Good grief, Kip, that shirt. Wow. Just wow. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but wow. And my eyes. That would be pretty much the two things I would say. Wow and my eyes. Congratulations. I think you actually found an outfit that would make Carson Kressley cry. Good job on you, Kip. So we get the whole thing with Pac where he has that whole, it's like murder triangle hype and all that stuff. I'm sorry. I still think murder triangle sounds like it should be the name of, it should either be the name of a death metal band or it should be an 80s action movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme or something like that. Or that should be a new thing that they call the one chip challenge. Death triangle, because they come in like a little some of them come in a triangle, but it's just, I don't know. I was really not sure about this whole thing with Pac, but he does crazy really well, so that's nice. The whole match, the women's tag team match with Britt Baker and Nyla Rose, and going against Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida was a great match, although I do hope that I hope Britt is okay, because it looked like she legit was hurt, and hopefully that's not accurate. I mean, I can't stand her character, but again, that's her job, so yay. But I don't want to see her as a person get hurt, because see, I can tell the difference between fantasy and reality, all you therapists out there that my parents used to send me to. That's semi a joke. Okay. The whole thing with, the whole face-off kind of deal with, Arn Anderson and Jake Roberts, that was cool, but I gotta say one thing, people talking about, like, people said, like, oh, I don't want to see those guys wrestle. I'm like, no, I don't want to see them wrestle. I want to see them fight. I want to see Arn Anderson and Jake Roberts, like, punching the shit out of each other. I just want to see them, like, get an old-fashioned fist fight. That would be great. And if anybody thinks that Mike Tyson's not going to hit somebody when he presents the belt to either Cody or Lance Scary Guy Archer, then you are a very naive person, bless your heart. Okay, I gotta talk about this, cause I'm sorry. The whole thing with, the match with Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara. You had Sammy out there. Oh my goodness. Talk about acting, dude. I mean, you're like, are you trying to be the next William Shatner, dude? For crying out loud. The whole thing about, he tried to kill me. He tried to run me over. Dude, he clipped you with a golf cart. He clipped you with a fucking golf cart. To quote Taylor Swift, you need to calm down. I mean, people say I'm melodramatic and call me a drama queen. You got nothing on me when it comes to being a drama queen, honey. And besides which, I think being a drama queen is so 2010. I prefer to view myself as a drama empress. Thank you. And we had that whole match with Sammy and Matt and Damascus, I guess. Yeah, by the way, to JR and the other people on the announce crew, they don't call it split personality or multiple personality anymore. It's dissociative identity disorder, which is not easy to say, even when you're sober. I thought that match was sick, though. That match was nuts. And of course, it turned into a big fracas at the end of it when you had all that stuff going on out in the football field with, the inner circle jerks, beating on Kenny Omega. And then, the Bucks showed up, and then the fastest cowboy alive, Adam Page just comes tearing down the football field. Seriously, Barry Allen got nothing on you, kid. Crying out loud. They're gonna tap you to play Flash next, buddy. I thought it was really crazy though when they had Adam come running in, help the inner circle, help beat up the inner circle and all that. And then after everything's done, he just kind of walks away. I'm like, yeah, I'm not surprised he's walking because he's probably blown out a lung running that far. Holy cow. I bet you really wish you had the horse with you then. Crying out loud. That would have been cool. That would have been cool as fuck. If he'd come like galloping down the football field on a horse. I know that probably wouldn't work because it would a horse's hooves would like dig up the sod in the football field. I don't know anything about sports. I'm sorry. But that would have been cool as fuck if he came down like with, riding on a horse with a rope and like lassoed somebody and then dragged him out of the football stadium. That would have been the shit. That would have been great. But there's entirely too many chances that something could have gone terribly, terribly wrong. So it's probably a good idea that they didn't do that. So that or I just like cowboys with ropes. I don't know. That might have been a peek into my psyche you all didn't need. So moving forward, we're over here now. Whee! So this coming Saturday, the Double or Nothing pay-per-view, I'm going to just run down a few things about the pay-per-view and my opinions and what I'd like to see happen. So we have the kickoff show, the pre-show or the buy-in as they call it, because there's all these gambling, euphemisms and all that stuff, because it's Vegas, baby. So we have the Best Friends going against Private Party. That'll be great. It's going to be really weird. I'm kind of like, maybe they should have a match where if the Best Friends win, then Trent gets his last name back. That'd be nice. I see a lot of flippy shit coming in for this match. This is going to be tons of flippy shit, which is great. I have no problem with that at all. It's going to be awesome. Chris Statlander versus Britt Baker, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, blah, blah, blah. Personally, actually just jumping back real quick, when it comes to the Best Friends Private Party match, I think Private Party's gonna win that. So, Chris Statlander versus, Dr. Britt Baker. I want Chris to win simply because I dig Chris. I think she's awesome. I'm on the same vibe with her, kind of. I love her style. And also, they should cut her some slack because do you guys know how far the Andromeda Galaxy is from this galaxy? It's pretty fucking far. So she has to travel a fuck long way to get here. So, kayfabe. Anyway, the ladder match for the winner of the ladder match will get a championship match, with the, it's called a casino ladder match. Vegas, baby, like I said. Orange Cassidy, Rey Fenix, Darby Allin, Colt Cabana, Luchasaurus, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky. Holy shit, there's a lot of people in this. I did like that at Dynamite, by the way, the whole little segment thing they had with Darby Allin, the whole, playing cards with people with the masks and all that. Darby's a great wrestler, but I think what he really wants to do is direct. Holy shit, this match has a lot of people in it. This is going to be I have a love-hate relationship with these kind of matches. I love watching them because they're so exciting, but also at the same time, I'm like, I can't keep track of fucking everybody, and I can't, I lose people, so I'm like, I don't know. I think that Scorpio Sky is probably going to win this. I don't know, I just gut feeling. I think it's gonna be, whoever wins they're gonna really fucking earn it, cause this is gonna be a lot of people getting severely banged up. MJF is going against Jungle Boy, and, please let Jungle Boy win. I don't think I ask for too much, but please. Or if he doesn't win, can he just hospitalize it? No, I'm not, no, I'm not gonna do that. No. We're gonna be polite and nice, and we're gonna be a lady, and we're not gonna say that we would like MJF to wind up in the emergency room after the, no. I want Jungle Boy to win because I like Jungle Boy and he's a better wrestler and he's hotter. So there. Woman needs, don't judge. Dustin Rhodes versus Sean Spears. I have a feeling MJF's going to win because he's going to cheat like hell and have that big biatch Wardlow out there with him. So, anyway, moving forward. Dustin Rhodes versus Sean Spears. I want Dustin to win just because I want someone to shut Sean Spears up, because every time he talks, I just have that feeling like, please shut up, please shut up, please shut up. Oh, sweet mother of all that is good and decent and holy, stop talking. It's just, I love Dustin's work. I've been watching Dustin for, a long time. Dustin, I'm so sorry. I don't want to make both of us feel old, buddy. Cause he's just an amazing worker, and he's been an amazing worker for 3 fucking decades. And Sean Spears is out there being like, oh, you're old, fuck you. It's like, no, fuck you, sir. I hope Dustin Rhodes completely embarrasses you. I have a feeling that's not the way it's going to work out. But anyway. No DQ match for the women's belt with Nyla Rose going against Hikaru Shida. You know who wins this? Me. I win. Because I think me as in a fan, and I think all of the fans are going to win, because this match is going to burn it down. All apologies to Seth Rollins. This is going to be completely fucking insane. I don't think they're going to, I don't know who's going to win this. I know that because it's no DQ that shit could go completely insane. I mean, no DQ, you can fucking drop a piano on somebody if you wanted to. Not that I'm ever recommending anybody drop a piano on anybody. It's, that's homicide, children, and that's frowned upon in polite society. But it's gonna be nuts. And the fact that it's there, there's the no DQ thing, that means Nyla can go completely insane. And we've seen what Nyla does when she gets inventive, and that's terrifying. Like I said, I don't know if she's gonna drop the belt to Shida. I think whoever wins is gonna really earn it, because this match is gonna get ugly. Ugly in a good way. I mean, they're gonna leave it all out in the ring. They are. The Stadium Stampede match between the Elite and the Inner Circle jerks. This is gonna be another one of these kind of, I have a feeling that, I'd like the Elite to win because they've really gotten the shaft, which is weird because they're part, they're who they are in the company for real. I mean, enough people have been like, oh, well, they're going to put themselves over. And I think they've kind of proven that they haven't really done that. So, it's like, it is what it is. I think this is going to be another one of these situations where you've got stuff happening everywhere and with a whole bunch of people. So it's going to be super cool, but it's also going to be like, oh crap, I don't know where to look next. That kind of a deal. I'm just kind of like nervous about the fact that the whole, the whole stadium is allegedly opened up to these guys and what they're going to do. So there's going to be some crazy jumping off some high stuff and stuff like that. I have a feeling, I don't know. I just have this feeling like it's all going to boil down to Adam Page. I don't know why I have that feeling, but I do. So the final match to determine AEW's first, television champion, the AEW TNT champion, it all ends up here. Between, Cody and with Arn Anderson in his corner, and Jake Roberts will be leading out Lance Archer, who's also known as the Murder Hawk, for reasons that I still don't get, and I would love somebody to explain it to me. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to work this, because they're kind of fucked if they do and fucked if they don't. Because if Cody wins, you're going to have some people that are going to be all, oh, Cody only won because he's part of the Elite, blah, 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 sock puppet winery and all that kind of crap, And And you're going to have some people that are going to be like, oh, Cody should win just because, Lance Archer's still too green, blah, 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 and all this stuff like that. I wouldn't say he's green. I'd say he's scary as fuck, but, that's probably because I come up to about his belt buckle. So, so I'm not going to say too much terrible about the man because I might be crazy, but I'm not fucking stupid, I have a feeling it's going to go to Lance, and that's going to be real interesting because Mike Tyson is supposed to be the person that's going to present the belt to the winner. And Lance Archer does not strike me as the type of person that will be like, oh gosh, thank you, Mr. Tyson, I'm just going to take my belt and go hit the bars. No, I don't see that happening. You've got some big people involved in this, and you've got a lot of this. There's going to be a shit ton of testosterone out there during this match, and a lot of people trying to prove their dominance without actually whipping their dick out. So, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be completely crazy. And the last match of the show. AEW champion Jon Moxley versus the leader of the Dark Order, the alleged exalted one, Brody Lee. Okay. I really hope they put this belt, they keep the belt on Jon Moxley. Simply because I don't like this whole Dark Order angle. I haven't liked it since it started. I found it exceedingly uncomfortable. I still don't like it. And when they started, when it finally came out that the Exalted One, A, existed, and B, wasn't Christopher Daniels, and C, was Brody Lee. Now, I have no problem with Brody Lee as an athlete or anything like that. I don't. I actually don't. It's just, I guess my issue is it's more or less the fact that I feel like what they did with the whole reveal of the Exalted One, it wasn't even so much the reveal of the Exalted One per se, as all of the vignettes they had afterwards, where we're all sitting there going, yeah, okay, we get it. You guys hate Vince McMahon. Okay, we get, yes, fine. We get it. Yes, thank you. There's subtlety, and then there's beating people about the head with a 2x4. Guess which category those vignettes fall in? Yes, we get it. Brody Lee's supposed to be some kind of a mockery, pastiche, middle finger, however you want to word it, to Vince McMahon and his eccentricities. We got it. I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me. I guess I don't know why. Because other times when they've, taken the piss out of WWE stuff, I haven't had a problem with it. I was one of the only people I know that the whole thing where the whole other thing in one of the other pay-per-views where Cody smashed the throne with the sledgehammer and all of that. I didn't have a problem with that. Like I said, unlike other people who, bitched and screamed about it. But, it is what it is. I think giving the belt to Brody Lee right now would be a mistake. I don't think it's a good idea. But, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen, and we'll all check it out together on Saturday, and it'll be really super cool and fun and amazing. The last thing I want to talk about, before I, toddle off into the sunset is, now all of y'all know by now that, Becky Lynch announced that she was leaving wrestling, taking a little hiatus because she is currently with child. She and her fiance, Seth Rollins, are expecting their first child, which is super awesome and great. And Jim Cornette decided to voice his opinion on that topic and on Becky and on Becky's child and all of the things that he said, none of which I'm going to repeat verbatim because I don't want those words in my mouth, because I just don't. And Jim Cornette is entitled to his opinion, and, you know, I'm entitled to my opinion in the fact that I think Jim Cornette's opinion fucking sucks. I think Jim Cornette should shut the fuck up about what a woman does with her body. And I think that Jim Cornette needs to step into the 21st century at some point or another. And that's really all I'm going to say. I don't want to give any more credence. Enough people have howled and screamed at him, and it's not going to change his mind. I don't, you know, so there's that. I mean, maybe if the baby like popped out of a box or something, he'd think it was a great idea or whatever. But anyway, I'm just going to leave it there. I don't even, you know, no feud, not looking for a feud with Jim Cornette, not looking to feud with anybody. I'm just me. I'm just out here with my opinions and my thoughts and my feelings, and that's that. So that is going to wrap up my little old podcast for another week, cats and kittens. And if you have any questions, queries, comments, complaints, money, chocolate, Jungle Boy's phone number. No, I'm just, that's a joke. That is a joke. Stalking is bad, okay? Definitely, you know, drop me a line at platinumroselle@yahoo.com if you would like to follow me on Twitter, where I tweet a lot. And sometimes actually tweet before I go, oh crap, why did I say that? Sometimes I actually look at stuff before I tweet it. PlatinumRoselle@twitter.com. If you would like to check out all of the other cool things that are available on our website, our podcast, my t-shirt, and all the other amazing stuff we have, you can definitely check them out by looking at all the cool links that are around this page, my homepage, and which I'd like to bring up. All of that stuff is done by my husband TC, all the graphics and all that, because he is amazing. And all of the shows that we're involved with, all of the other shows that we do all over the interwebs, and they're a lot of fun. Some of them are done by other people that are part of our little island of misfit toys, including Eric and Valerie out there in the interwebs, and how they're doing and stuff. I hope you guys are doing great. And that's going to do it. So I hope that everybody out there is keeping well, staying safe. Call your grandma, like John Moxley said. Wash your hands and social distance and all that good stuff. But also keep hope in your heart, keep love alive, and remember to take some time to stop. And if you can't smell the roses, at least look at the roses and think they're pretty. And think of me. See you later. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to Ring Around the Rosie with Kim Brown, a production of PNR Networks. Keep in touch with all things about the show at http://ringaroundtherosie.net. Ring Around the Rosie intro performed by Eric Lyon. Ring Around the Rosie theme by Digital Juice. Join Kim for a new Ring Around the Rosie every Wednesday. Ring Around the Rosie is copyright 2018 PNR Networks, Boston, Massachusetts, USA.
15 years, blowing the doors off the competition, podcasting to planet Earth.
PNRNetworks.com